Yo, what it do? Y'all know who it is. And I'm doing this video right here on hiding yourself. I'm doing this video on hiding yourself. Oftentimes in life, you go through certain seasons where you might have to step back. You might not have to be as visible um, because sometimes you might be working on the season after that to where you're going to be fruitful. But this season is to set up that season. And part of the benefit of hiding as far as, when you think mentally, is being more efficient, holding your resources together, instead of going out all the time, buying all your food out from a fast food spot or a restaurant. You keeping your resources in because you're getting ready to change angles, move in a different direction, set this thing up differently. And sometimes you just gotta hide yourself. Things and people of value always have used this method of hiding. Sometimes you have to do that. When Jesus was a baby, he was of high value, of course. So he was hidden. Even in the midst of doing what he was doing, he had to hide because it's like the stuff he was doing was getting around. His name was ringing. He was like viral back then, in his area. But he had to move in such a way because a lot of attention came. So it's certain seasons where you have to hide. Not hide like being afraid or nothing like that. It's just conserve your energy and resources before you make a move. You know what I'm saying? Say for instance, you move from one place to another. That's one of the main things you should do. Lay low, build up your resources because it's going to take resources to make that next move. To make it a smooth transition instead of what I'm gonna do with this, how I'm gonna do that. You need to think it out, take your time, and lay low, and build and conserve. So efficiency is another thing that goes with hiding. You could be in plain sight. You go to your school that you're going to or your job, and you're trying to focus on going to the next level. You might not could spend the same time that you were spending conversing with everybody because you got to take that energy and put it towards another direction. You might be studying for your college courses or something like that, and normally you might chit chat on your lunch or something like that. But in place of that, you study for, your course. You might be in the military reserves or something. You're working on your next rank. Normally you chit chat talk to everybody, but then you use that time to study your book so you could pass your test to get your next rank. So hiding is in different forms. It's almost like water. You got gas, vapor, solid. So at the end of the day, hiding should be used in the process of sometimes moving to the next level. You just can't be. You only got 24 hours in a day. Okay, you're gonna use your time one way or the other, and sometimes you just have to pull back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pull back. It's like the coaches do sometimes. Call the time out. Let's do a reset. Let y'all get y'all breath together. Let me get my mind together and figure out what the next play gonna be. So I basically just made this video. Sometimes you got to go hidden. Use it. It's there to use. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Be blessed.